Hello, adventurers, and well met. Thank you all for joining us for another lovely, lovely session of actually our new session, very first session of our new campaign, Hand of God, a continuation of Prisoner 13. Uh, we are just doing a little bit of housekeeping here. Party is now level 8. And from my knowledge, since no one's told me, that it is going to be the exact same adventuring group from our last campaign, which is fantastic. We are pretty much going to jump right into the thick of things, since this is, as I said, merely hours after the end of Prisoner 13. Okay, so let me set the stage and we'll get this show on the road here. So, camera opens up to a snowy riverbank. Off in the distance, we see that familiar place, Revel's End. Now, getting further and further from the vision of our adventurers, as well as a few others. All of you are aboard the sort of single, somewhat large ship called the Maze Runner. Dwarven make, something actually quite rare in today's day and age. This ship, clearly made by magical means, seems to be propelled by glowing runes carved along the hull. Each rune seems to be giving off almost warmth, light, as they seem to glow and then descend away, almost like notes, like that of a musical piece pushing through and breaking the ice along your way. The coastline continues until about maybe an hour or two further. You find yourselves moving further and further south. Still cold, of course, but the magic being propelled by the central mast of the Maze Runner is more of a almost rune totem pole rather than something that would furl sails. There are no sails to speak of, just this 10, 15-foot long sort of wooden post along the wooden thread. But instead of looking at the rest of our adventurers, the camera pans over to a woman, tattered clothes, her hair braided red. She looks down into the water, her face rippling along the shards of ice now breaking away from the Maze Runner. She looks past and looks eastwards, towards the direction of the shore, and then looks further along, south, towards Neverwinter and the other major cities. She looks down at her wrist, and we see a number tattooed. Number 13. She traces it with her sort of grubby, tattooed fingers, covered in dust and flakes of blood. Wipes off a little bit on her tattered robe. Sighs. Looks up. To the rest of you, seated on the deck of the Maze Runner. It's been about 2-3 hours or so. You're getting close to Neverwinter. It is now early morning. Sunrise slowly rising up as a new dawn starts to shine over you all. It's been only maybe days, if not weeks at the most, of your travels from Neverwinter to Revel's Inn and back. But something's changed. Maybe a new spark of life, maybe new challenges ahead, or maybe simply the drive of coin to fill your pockets. But nothing will ever be the same again. Camera pans up to who do we see near the center of the deck? By this large, sort of almost a totem pole carved into the central floor. Someone leaning against this wood. Let's see. Speaking of wood, hell, who do we see? A somewhat short frame, furry in this position, leaning against. Just a reminder for everyone, leaning against this sort of central mast of the ship.
You see a half ragdoll tabaxi, half a gnome, with a red traditional gnomish cap, sitting down near the railing, hand probably in a book filled with smut, and then proceeding to ask wildly personal and inappropriate questions to prisoner 13. So, have you ever been in love? Have you ever held anyone's hand? What was it? Love at first sight?
Kind of waves and, without even saying a word, kind of pushes up her hand towards your face and just grabs her temples and just walks away from you. Camera follows her as we get as what sort of blurs out in the back. She walks towards the next person, maybe seated or nearby, several stacks of crates, foodstuffs and things you've been eating off of. It's mostly gathered goods. You see a woman sitting on a nearby crate. She looks to be looking through some documents. Something, a blood-stained note. She looks at it, kind of waves at 13. As the camera pans past this woman, see her name, Kella Darkhope, we see another figure. Their form starts to sort of materialize, soften, and now we see who is standing nearby. And that person is someone much larger, taller than our previous adventurer. They seem to have almost like a draconic sort of lineage. Who do we see standing nearby these crates?
You see a silver dragonborn with scarlet robes and rippling biceps, standing in stoic silence.
All right. Standing in stoic silence. This woman with the tattooed 13 on her wrist kind of waves at you, walks past, seemingly grabbing into one of these open crates, and it seems to be almost like a preserved piece of hardtack bread. She takes a bite, just kind of puts it down immediately. She walks past you to another somewhat tall figure, maybe not as tall, but a more familiar sort of frame, elven in nature. Who do we see as she walks towards you? Let me grab your token, because I don't know where the fuck it went.
Would be sort of relaxed now, having made it away from what was going on. He probably doesn't look like he's loving the current company, because he's worried Mira's with us still,
Yes,
and
correct.
he's a little worried that she's gonna say something. Like he's keeping an eye on her. Not in like a super shady way, just like he's relaxed more than he has been in a while, but still clearly anxious about something.
Indeed, standing behind you, definitely about half your height, still human, but quite short for her size, is curly-haired woman, the robe kind of thrown over her shoulders. Again, in prisoner garb, seems to be shivering, probably the coldest out amongst you all. But again, seems to be eyeing you up and down, not sure what to do next. Camera pans past this woman, who again seems to be looking at you suspiciously, to someone of a much stockier frame, maybe someone similar in height, give or take, but is wearing some of the finest armor this side of the Sword Coast. Who do we see standing nearby?
You see a dwarven man. He is wearing the best armor you've seen, but he's also seems to be wearing an apron, and he seems to be actively preparing some sort of pastry-based meal. He's like humming to himself as he's like, putting together the meal. And he's kind of like he's like humming dwarven songs to himself as he's preparing this meal.
Fantastic. And finally, as we pan past this dwarven baker, wearing again some of the finest plate you've ever seen, camera pans back to maybe the smallest, if not maybe second smallest person out of our adventuring party, seem to be off on their own, maybe in contemplation, as the little flecks of snow gently pelt their hood. Who do we see standing at the back of the vessel?
Robin Sneakfoot, halfling rogue, short brown hair, and I think that at this point he would be doing some maintenance on his thieves' tools, and looking up, eyeing the other passengers, seeing what they're doing, and he sees Mira here shivering, and is going to take this moment to toss her the I have her dress and her cape that we looted from the computer room, and I'm gonna toss them to her and say, I think these are yours.
She grabs them, immediately puts the cloak on, takes a deep breath, almost in reverence, looking at this cloak that she clearly has quite a bit of care. Sees the dress and looks around and kind of eyes everyone and then looks back at you. Almost wordlessly, just in shock, confusion, maybe a little bit of anger that you even have their clothes. But she nods wordlessly. She grabs the dress and seems to just kind of stuff it into a nearby sack, and she kind of holds it, looks at it, and looks at you, and just nods. And with that final moment, camera pans once more as it sort of rotates and dollies towards this woman. This woman with bright red hair, the tattoo of 13 at their wrist. She looks at this lovely little ragtag bunch of adventurers, people, workers, traders, those that might no longer have a place amongst their guilds. As we get this final shot of the rising sun, camera pans away from the maze runner, turns and looks towards this beautiful city. Now, early morning. Your journey was long and luckily not arduous. The snows have stopped as much as they can as the camera pans and opens up to this establishing shot of Neverwinter, the jewel of the north. As the image starts to fade and fuzz away, we see the words, Hand of God. Now, a little bit of a time skip. You all have successfully docked, tired, ragged, eating hardtack and whatever you can find in these past few days. You find yourselves at a familiar inn. Now, given some time to rest or whatever you need, you find yourselves in separate rooms at the Red Dragon Inn. This large inn nearby the front gates of Neverwinter is about 3 stories tall, with a massive stuffed red dragon head tacked onto the back wall. You can see some of the stuffing actually poking out, as there have been many adventurers who have thrown sharp objects, knives, forks, whatever you can find at the head, and of course, always getting kicked out. Now run by a different set of proprietors. Past few years, it's been several hands, but now it's run by a set of 2 lovely ladies. One, camera pans down to a woman. Shaved head, tattooed brow and forehead. She turns and pushes out a patron out the front door, who of course wanted to check to see if the stuffed dragon head was real or not. She shrugs, her eyes glowing red, but her demeanor no quite as sharp as her image shows. She seems to have softened a bit. She looks at a nearby table at a group of adventurers who seem to have been only able to have a few hours of rest, as if they were woken up, rudely so. She walks and waves at a woman behind the bar. There are a few patrons, of course, some left over from last night, but mostly the sort of beginning shift change. This woman, clad in sort of a dark red gown, waves and twirls her finger around, almost as if blood swirls. She smiles, initially almost scary-like, but there's a softer, almost still a little half-cocked, a little cuckoo, but a kindness in their eyes. She waves with a few fingers and goes back to her dealings at the bar. This woman we follow walks as she sits down with the rest of you all. Seated, of course, is our adventurers. We don't see Mirror here. Seems that she's now still in her room, as well as Killa Darkhope, who most likely has left to find their own daughter within the city. But as soon as this woman, this Serana, grabs a nearby seat, she sits and looks, notices a few new faces. A woman with a tattoo of 13 on the wrist that seems to be eyeing her up and down, almost maliciously. And then, next to this woman, beyond our adventurers, we see a familiar form. 2 actually. One, a large, stocky figure, their hands on the table, crumbs in their fingers as if they quickly have eaten some sort of pastry. A little bit of delight in their face as they look towards one of the other dwarves across the table. You see Varen Axebreaker look at our lovely friend here, Brock. Seems as if they finished a pastry with a little bit of almost like a meat or something at the end of it. Kind of licks his fingers. Next to this dwarf, we see a smaller figure, probably the smallest of the entire bunch, but with a voice that seems to carry through the room. And this is where we will resume with a voice that shouts, "And so I said, enough is enough. And oh, well, I was just talking to my friends here. It's me, of course," looks right at the camera. "Erky Timbers. Why am I here? Well, I'm contractually obligated to be. So," and then he turns and looks at the rest of the group. "You all have had a terribly long journey. Please, tell me about it. Well, we've got some time." "So, what's the scoop?" This one, he points at Varen Axebreaker, "didn't really tell me too much, and it seems like you've got new friends, and, well, you look a bit ragged."
Cute a lesbian.
I'm sorry?
You heard me. This is a possible beginning or restart of a love story.
That's wonderful.
Erky,
Turns.
you would not believe where we've been.
Well, I'm hoping it was Rebel's End. That was the contract. But,
This is Joe's way of telling us to do a recap.
this is, yes. 2 seconds. What did you learn? What was the story about? Come on. Anything.
Oh, we went to go get the information for Varen here, and we, I guess, technically got it. It's still in the head of. I'm now realizing we still have not ever asked Prisoner 13 her name, but it's still in her head. But we got the information to him technically, and to do that, we broke into Revel's Inn and jailbroke our lovely Prisoner 13 here. And then, incidentally, while we were doing that, we discovered that the Zentarum are in pretty deep with this cult of Bane. Or, I mean,
Oh.
I'm calling them a cult. I don't know if that's fair,
That's
but I'm
surprising.
calling them a cult.
Well,
They're cool.
And that
that's fair.
they at least were planning on killing all the prisoners on the main floor and doing some sort of ritual. I don't know if our antics stopped that. And we did get some information, as well as see a visual copy of the warden, Louis. I don't remember his last name, but we did get some of the information on him that Varen wanted us to get. And then we don't know this, but after we sailed off, apparently what we did at the prison was all according to the warden's Keikaku. Translator's note: Keikaku means plan.
Give yourself the inspo. So I know that one. Fucking stupid. Yeah, please continue.
So yeah, we don't know what the warden and Kashik are up to, and we, the characters, don't even know that it was apparently all according to his plan, but something is brewing with these followers of Bane. And
Oh.
so now we've brought Prisoner 13 back to Varen Axebreaker, and presumably we'll be getting the rest of our reward as long as Prisoner 13 helps us get into the secret treasure vault that Varen wants to get into and needs her help to get into.
Wow. Thank you. That was a fantastic recap of events. Yes. Mr. Axebreaker. He nods. Hey? Oh, sorry, it's you, lad. Fantastic. Crumblies. Oh, I just want to keep licking my fingers. Bad manners. I apologize. But yes, back to brass tacks. You were successful, of course. You got more than I thought. Yeah, honestly, I just needed the information. And he kind of eyes up prisoner 13. I guess just 13 now. Well, I'm happy that you saved her. And she kind of scowls at him. But probably the best course of action. You are formidable. She, again, they sort of lock eyes. Yes, well, if you didn't tell them, then I won't. Maybe in time. Well, I believe I owe you all some coin. Now, it's not gold, but he goes and reaches into a bag and places a bag basically for each of you. It's kind of a drawstring of several bags kind of plopped down. They're much smaller than what you would expect. You were initially assuming that you would have about I believe it was 1,500 gold pieces each for completing this. Now, it's less, but it's not gold, but it's still worthwhile. He goes and opens up the nearby bag and places that wood and grabs a coin. Platinum. It's easier to carry, and frankly, it's, well, yeah, times, as they say. He shows you these beautiful, sort of freshly minted platinum coins. So platinum is basically worth 10 gold per coin, and hands you 120 to each of you. So that is 1,200 gold pieces, basically worth, so slightly less than what he initially offered. All right, well, the thing is, it's a little less, because now he looks over at 13, places a bag in front of her. New group to your party of adventurers. She needed her cut as well. You see, a bit over a barrel, but this 1,200 gold piece should be plenty for doing part of the job. Now is the more difficult task. He again looks at 13, and she just looks at the coins and counts them and sort of nods, waves over a nearby bartender or someone else sort of helping out Iker, the woman behind the bar, to order a drink and some food. As if anything is sort of on the top shelf, even so early in the morning. But no one seems surprised. Yes, well, Baron goes back off and looks at you all and says, now, this other piece. I needed you all to, at the very least, get information from our lovely 13. Kind of nods, and she just waves him away. Or, preferably herself, which you have done admirably so. You see, she holds the key. In my younger days, he goes and kind of pulls up his wrist past his chainmail, and you see that he has some very old, faded, sort of scarred and broken tattoos, almost as if someone's erased chunks of it. Not only scars from battle, but as if someone just took a brush and erased some of these sort of blackened old markings. I am no longer fit to possibly unlock our family's secrets. Now, normally, I wouldn't be asking outsiders. And then he looks over at you, Brock, and his face softens, especially when he sees you. Or possible friends. But with how things are, and with dwarven relations as of late, I don't want to lick a gift horse in the mouth, as it were, and I don't want to make any enemies where I don't need to. So, the next best thing. You all have proven yourselves quite formidable. You tell me these Bane, these cults of worshippers of Bane, or whatever they are, as well as working with the Zhentarim, is a bit messy. But it shouldn't stop what needs to happen. Now, this may seem odd, but do you believe in dreams?
Like literal dreams?
Seems silly,
Dreams are the
but
gateway to the soul. That's what Sensei always told me.
I like this one. I used to be I would laugh and scoff at any sort of truth teller and dream weaver who would come and say, "Oh, that I fell off my chair and I could feel my teeth falling out of my face meant that I would lose money on the next bit." No, that's all hogwash, of course. But I started having these dreams, and not just me, but those of my kin, my clan. All of those that bear the Axebreaker mark have been having these same dreams for months now. Every night. Sometimes it would be at one place, sometimes it would be deep underground, but it felt like a memory. I could see myself in someone else's form. Another dwarf, sometimes male, sometimes female, sometimes neither, really. But a dwarf nonetheless, sturdy, strong. But then chains bound to our wrists walked through mines. Strange, towering creatures with purple skin, clammy hands, split, tentacled faces, leading us further and further down in the depths. These weren't just normal surface mines or even deeper into the mountains where my clans reside, but deep underground. The Underdark, to be precise. Are any of you familiar with what lies below? No. Do any of you have any sort of connection to the Underdark or anything at all whatsoever?
Do they speak Undercommon
I-
there?
Yes.
Will then crank out like a kind of heavy looking tome and say, "I'm fluent in the language there.
Surprising,
They
but
have
not
a lot of
completely
weird
unheard
stuff down there."
So you've
I've
been
always
there?
wanted No, but I've always wanted to go.
Oh. Well, I think this would be a fantastic opportunity to put your skills to use and to make a dream come true.
Really?
Absolutely. Kind of
I hear
smiles
the
and looks at
nightlife
you.
is so great there.
Oh, the nightlife is eternal down there, from what
Yeah!
I'm told. And it looks at the camera and then looks at the rest of you. Yes, well. Have you ever heard of Drist? Sorry, I just saw in the chat. I mean, maybe. Yeah, so a very famous dark elf by the name of Drist. But yes, this task that I need to ask you all is related to this dream. You see, after I've gathered much information from those of my clan, we learned that this was a story of our forebears, and not just that of the Axebreakers. And then he sort of points at you, Brock, but your kin as well. You see, have your fathers, mothers, your elders, they spoke to you about where we all originated from?
Have they?
A theory, of course. You know what? Roll me a d2. Because this is something that, like, not everybody would know.
2.
2. No. That's okay. This is information that's mostly, sadly, told by the remaining noble houses. Not to be rude, of course, but back to brass tacks. This dream is a telling of the original dwarves, deep underground, when Faerun was in its infancy. Dwarves were one people, not split amongst the three that we know of now. The gold dwarves, mountain dwarves, and of course the Duergar. So again, for those that don't know, basically in 5th edition, 2024, it doesn't really matter, but they kind of had lump dwarves all together. But before, you would be either mountain dwarf, gold dwarf, or obviously a Duergar, so the Underdark ones. But back to it. Yes, so you see all dwarves were of one kind. There was this split, this fracture. You see 2/3 of all dwarves made their way further towards the surface, established in the upper levels of the Faerun's crust and even on the surface. But one group was taken deeper, further into the core of Faerun, twisted, tainted, enthralled by these illithids, creatures of another place, of the stars. It's been told that our people, and again it points to Brock, our people worked together once to stop them, to push them away, and try to uplift those that were twisted, our Duergar brethren. But now, as you might know, relations are rough, to say the least. We have seen some Duergar, of course, on the surface. This is not of all peoples, but there are many clans still that dwell beneath Faerun that haven't sort of broken free of the shackles of these creatures, these illithids. So, that's where this all lies. I need you, fine adventurers, to take our key. He points at 13, and she seems to be so dejected and almost angry being brought up into all this. To take our key here, to open an ancient vault, one of the originals of the Axebreaker clan from the times when the split of 3 just happened. What I believe is that within that vault, there's something, an essence of a god. Now, seems to be a lot, but I believe that essence, that fragment, even as small as whatever it is, will give us a chance to fight this thing in our dreams. The last bit, once right before we all woken up from these dreams, was laying on our backs in a sky without sun, without stars, no light except a twinned-tail comet, fire wreathed around, splitting, and as this comet came closer and closer to us, we saw it was not that of stone or fragments, but a pale white eye.
Did
Now,
they? I know it's
Sure.
been mentioned in the other campaign. Did they mention that in this campaign?
Nope. This is the first time you're learning
Okay.
about it.
I won't comment on it then.
I know, it's a little world event going on. That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, I believe the stories, and obviously dreams are dreams, but nonetheless, I will be paying you more gold.
Are you
The
gonna
vault
pay us
is
actually
filled
what
with
we
treasures.
were contracted for this time?
Yes, and extra. Now, in this vault, I need you to find this artifact. I remiss that all I know is that it's something, a fragment, something called the Hand of God. Of what God, of what this thing is, I couldn't tell you, and I apologize for that. But I'm sure once you get there, you'll probably be able to learn a bit more. Maybe this one, again, it points at 13, who again seems to be completely annoyed and just doesn't want anything to do with Baron Axebreaker. might be able to tell you more. So, how about this? I owe each of you 300 gold pieces. Fair. I will also pay you, in addition to what I owe, an additional 2,500 gold pieces. And of course, any trinkets and things you find along the way are yours to keep. Does that sound fair?
I don't have anything to sell this at the moment. But through food, I'm gonna say, yeah, man, sounds like we're gonna kill a lot of people, raid some shit. I'm done.
Perfect.
Wood's going to get what is a socially unacceptably close and say, if you don't mind me asking, where does your money come from? You just
That's fair. You see, I am merely representative of the Axebreaker clan. Brock, no need to roll. You would know that talking to this guy, you would recognize that the Axebreakers are an old and ancient dwarven clan. There are a few major houses, and again, I would have to look this up. But basically, they have been around for thousands of years and are sort of almost like royalty in dwarven society. And he may not be one of these major players, but is at least acting as a facilitator and probably has access to, even though they've definitely dwindled over the years, still have thousands and thousands of gold readily available.
His family's been around, I can tell you that much.
Robin
Does your-
Sneakfoot doesn't quit any job halfway through, so I'm still in.
Fantastic.
Very well.
Good. You never know with elves, but you seem to be a good one, at least.
Oster looks just exhausted for a moment and then just smiles through it.
Robin looks at Oster and mouths, wow.
So, just to make sure that the story's straight, we get to go adventuring and experiencing a nightlife in what is a dream-tastic destination for me. And because you have these dreams that feel like memories of possibly your bloodkin, can you... And they are very trippy, psychedelic, Underdark mushroom, magic mushroom kind of trippy, of these skies without stars and all of these things. And you want us to explore that and try to find out the mystery behind your dreams. So then, and possibly stop these dreams by getting the essence of a god fragment from a vault within the Underdark?
Yes, I believe that sounds about right. This dream has been something that has been happening to all of the Axebreakers, at least those several hundred that I've been able to get a hold of, spread across through Faerun. His dream is becoming more of a nightmare. There are those, especially those much older than I, that have been sort of so racked by these dreams that they are unable to sleep. It's as if they are slowly suffocating due to these nightmares, really. So, obviously, it's not been much of an issue for myself so far, but why let a wound fester, you know? And if this is nothing, if this really is just some sort of hogwash, then you found a familiar relic that, of course, we would like to keep safe, where it could be of use to our family. And of course, you're being paid, plus you can, whatever little trinkets and things you find along the way are yours to keep. So, with that, slams the table. I think we all need a drink. And he looks outside, and you hear caw, not a caw, like a little chicken, little wake up of a chicken screech. It's like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Drinks all around. But yes, shots, and shops. So you all have been able to technically have a long rest, but you're groggy. You've got like 3 hours of sleep, if that. It's kind of miserable, but enough to be okay. Now, at this point, since you all have 1,200 gold that I just gave you, plus whatever you got for our last adventure, you now have access, if you would like, to do some shopping. We do love a good shopping section. Before we go exploring the marketplace and seeing if you would like, to spend any of that hard-earned gold, before you leave, almost bumping into you all, see a familiar shape. Kella Darkhope, no longer clad in sort of Zentarum garbs, looking much more of like a simple commoner in streets of Neverwinter. She flags you down and says, "Oh, before I lose sight of you, I wanted to again thank you for, well, sticking your neck out for me. I appreciate it. I was able to find my daughter, and she's okay, so thank you. Obviously, with that hell that happened there, it was a little dicey. But that's not why I came. Here, she goes and digs into her robe and pulls out a note. She unfurls it, and you can see it's actually got flecks of blood. This is the strange thing. I grabbed this on the way out. You see, there were some people of note working at the Zentarum. You've met one of them, I believe. Koshik. Dangerous little bastard. And from what I understood, you also slain Torment, which, don't get me wrong, is a piece of work. But there were others, you see. There's one who was quite dangerous. It was actually Torment's superior. What was his name? Yes. Well, as I think about that, as the DM quickly checks back to a previous map because he forgot the name, I found this in their room. This parchment seems strange because it initially had some sort of filigree at the top, and it sort of flaked off. And it has this strange sort of buoyancy to it, as if someone pressed it on something. She goes and says, maybe you all can make heads or tails of this, why this would have been under their desk. Give me one moment. Let me go back. Go ahead.
Immediately interested because this is stationary.
Mm-hmm.
This is mysterious stationary.
Ooh.
So, I am going to see if I have guidance, which I don't think I do. Oh, no, that's a combat list. I do have guidance, so I will cast it upon myself.
Nice.
My eyes are gonna lock in, and I want to see if I can make heads or tails of the mysterious stationery.
All right.
So I think I'm gonna sniff it. Wanna try and really perceive it.
Gotcha.
Or what?
Oster will try to help because he comes over and says something about there are special inks some people make that only show up if you lightly cook the paper or or there could be a magic that does something.
Ooh, I can actually
similar.
help with that.
For those shopping, please use the Neverwinter Marketplace. That is the
Yeah.
most current, up-to-date one. The old one, I don't
Do we have
use
that?
anymore.
Pin somewhere?
Right here. Yeah, moving forward, this is the only one that I use.
Okay. How do you guys wanna help? And also who should make the roll? I will cast guidance on whoever does it. I have a +5 on perception, but do you have anything that you wanted to, or like anything special you wanted to do?
have a
I
rules
could
question.
elementalism to like heat the page without risking burning it over like a candle or
Ooh.
whatever.
Okay. I like it.
If we think there's some invisible.
I will give advantage on whatever someone does, thanks to Voda.
Yeah, go ahead and do the perception check. Would.
Okay.
Would that be investigation since it's an individual, like small?
Yep, it would be investigation. You're correct.
Investigation. Okay.
With
And we do it
advantage.
With advantage. 15, and then we're going to add my.
Be attuned to
Nope.
more than one. Yes, you can. So, just a real quick rules thing. So, per my rules, I actually allow 4 attunements. The only caveat with attunement things is think of like if we're playing like a video game, you have like an equipment sheet. You can't say attune to 2 things that would be like 2 helmets, or like 2 things would be on a head slot. Just kind of keep things simple. But like you could have different weapons because it could be on your garb. Obviously, you can't attune to 2 separate things of armor if you're wearing it, or like 2 cloaks. But pretty much, yeah, it'd be totally fine. Cool. With a 17, fantastic. Yes. So with especially wood, as you were looking at this, and without the heat, this would have basically been a kind of crumpled piece of blood-soaked paper. But thanks to Voda's sort of ingenuity, heating up the paper and looking at it with a little bit of heat source, you see that it's actually almost written with something that is more of like a press more than anything, as if someone put down something like a piece of paper on top of this, and the markings, the press, sort of left the indent in this paper beneath it. Because this isn't like a fine stationery, this is like almost like a soak, or like if we had like a clipboard, this would be like the clipboard part of the stationery. That says this.
Let's be hand on.
Well, there is writing.
It's like Underdark up and Hand of God on the bottom.
10. 1, 2, 3.
Who is that famous lich whose hand floats around and causes trouble now and again?
Wood will casually take out. There will be a poof of pamphlets fluttering around. Let's see. Nope. Not you. Not you. Not you. Can I do a? Would it be a religion check?
For
to try
what?
and think of this. To think
So
of,
basically, it's 3 lines. So it's the first line is 2 words, and then it's
yeah.
4 words and then 2 words. No, 3 words.
Auster just Auster just asked a question about the lich whose hand sometimes pops up and makes mischief.
because the hand of God, somebody said. So
Mm.
Oster would just, oh, hey, what's I think it's Vecna, right? Or is it
So,
Vecna?
in this universe, no one knows of a Vecna,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
at least
I
yet.
didn't realize that.
Hmm.
But
Is
yeah,
the-
so I mean, go ahead.
Is the A and the H actually capitalized?
The A and the H.
The last word.
So everything in the last 3 words, they're all capitalized. At least they wrote it all capital. So the period is a missing
Sorry,
letter, or it's been.
In the middle.
Yes.
The middle row, the A and the H.
Yes, those are the only 2 that are actually capital. Correct.
Okay.
So it seems to be one word, but his punctuation is like that. I will allow you, since you are a dwarf, taking a look at it. Why don't you roll me a history check with advantage, Brock? "21. You look at the note and you recognize that that word you were thinking of is actually not too well known, but there's a dwarven outpost that is about a few days or so east of here. It's called Axholm. Some adventurers a few years back actually cleared the place out, but there still seems to be more sections and other locations attached to this place, this Axholm. Remember hearing that there might have been an adventurer who seemed to be almost had like quite a silver tongue to them. I can't remember who they were exactly. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They might be too busy writing to hear what I'm saying right now. Yes, this place is called Axholm. Yes,
I figured it out, by the way.
Hello. You found out the word? Oh, wait, you found out the word game before me?
Yeah. Got him.
I am pissed
I
at
think
you.
I'm like 99% sure. I haven't actually spelled it out, but I'm pretty sure.
I just got done typing in spaces that make more sense to me. If you beat me at a word game, I'm gonna drive right up north.
But he's
to
real
you.
into puzzles. There's no shame in that.
Mhm.
Do you want me to tell you?
Jenny also was sent me her figuring out the answer a second ago.
Wait,
No,
I
correct
mean,
it. All right, let's hear it. What's the answer?
one of the words is beneath, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Yep. That I have.
10 something beneath, hand of God. I don't know. I keep thinking layers for the third one, for the one of the words, even though that's not right, because I keep thinking of like a 7-layer dip. So maybe like somehow the Underdark is made out of wonderful bean dip. I don't know. I don't know.
It is a nautical term.
Mhm.
Giving hints. So, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
you got it.
measurement too.
Yeah,
It is a measurement. Yes.
that is what Jenny sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Leagues. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the answer?
Ooh, I don't know how to spell leagues, man. The Underdark, 10 leagues beneath.
Axholm.
Oh my god. This
There you
thing
go.
is just. I'm glad that you can spell because I would have not gotten Axholm from that. Baby, we're cracking this.
My history check got that one for us. Hey. My dwarven heritage.
Underdark, 10 leagues beneath Axholm, hand of God.
Huh. Well, I don't really know what any of that means, but I found this under that man, Soren. He was called a champion of Bane. This scary, posing figure I've only seen once. This man is about 7 feet tall, clad in the darkest plate. This aura of just almost pure, malevolent energy seemed to be circulating around him. They had this iconography of Bane on their chest, and everyone was fearful of them. The room was spotless, mind you, and I don't think this man really paid much time at all at the place. But from what I was able to gather, is that it's almost as if they were sent ahead just a few days before you arrived at the keep. So just be wary. Well, I think that's my last debt to you all. Have a good one. Oh, also, before I leave, there's someone asking about you. You points directly at you, Wood. Apparently, you made some friends in the market. See ya. And she walks past.
Oh my gosh. Do you think this could be... Do you think that could be Teresa? The Sapphic Shopkeep? Wood will go bolting. She's going to zoom. Zoomies.
Fantastic. All right, so you head to the Neverwinter Marketplace. As I just showed you, it is a beautiful spot in the city, sort of halfway under construction. Even in this sort of half state where they're expanding, some buildings clearly have the framing as if they're expanding out. Several of the shops are open even at this early crack of dawn. And as you were shopping, of course, nearby one of the central courtyards, in front of a large fountain, you see me over here, wearing that beautiful dress that you found, Robin, as she is talking to a human woman who is almost a good foot taller than her. Seem to be not arguing, but there's some tension. She sees and turns Mira and kind of waves at you all as you see that shopkeep you met before you bought a map from. She looks just like the statue as Mira kind of waves at you and says, "Hey, just call me M while we're here," because she looks around just in case, because technically you broke me out of prison. I mean, I was kind of really held there, but just to make sure none of the guards get any ideas. This is my Teresa kind of puts up her hand and says, "We're still figuring that out. It's might take a little bit of time. We kind of relationships are tricky, but thank you for finding her. Please, since you were able to save my, well, at least closest friend, we'll say for now." Yes. Here, please take a look at my shop while you're looking through. It is called Things Found. I've got a couple things were found recently. Shop has been restocked, but at the very least, let me give you a few things that I bought over at Silverhome Mystics. My treat. And she will give you she kind of goes behind her. There's like a crate with several clinking potions, as she is going to give you, let's see, what quality potions. With a crit. Wow. Okay, you guys are getting the best of the best. She gives you 5 potions of supreme healing as the best that you can get.
Wow.
Okay.
Bam.
Keep in mind, those go for
500.
500 a pop. So she just gave you 2,500 gold in potions, and I'm not done. 3 potions of, let me see. We're gonna do 1 flying, 1 invisibility, and 1 greater spell recovery.
Ooh.
I think everyone should get a Supreme. And
There's
Agreed.
you guys can divvy up the other stuff because I already have some good stuff related to utility. So
And
I saw 6 of
Robin
us and
would
was
like
like, wait,
to-
there's only 5. Oh wait, no, number 13's not.
and Robin would like to purchase the Boots of Speed.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So let me bring up my shop. Let me go back to things found. Boots of Speed. Fantastic. So 900 gold pieces. You wear these boots. You can use bonus action. Click the heels together. If you do, you double your walking speed. Creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage, so you don't even have to use your bonus action to do that. Sounds good to me. Lasts 10 minutes, and then you have to take a long rest for it to recharge. 900
Basically
gold
merges
pieces.
your dash and disengage into one bonus action. Sick.
Mhm. All right, let me make a note. Sold. So, excuse me. Mark off 900 GP.
Under Fire and Steel, the Leeching Quarterstaff would be really good for Voda, I think,
Mm.
since you use a
Yeah, I
quarterstaff
feel
already,
like I
so-
didn't use my current magical staff to great effect.
Oh, is your
the
current
last
one
one.
magical? I don't think I
Yeah,
even realized
right?
that.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So I do think I will get the Leeching Quarterstaff.
Okay.
we also have 4,000 community gold, so need to dig in that. I know.
Okay, so that was 2,800 for all of us to start.
That's 1550 is the price.
Well, we didn't get that 2,800.
No?
No, that's the reward for completing the.
Oh, yeah, you get each of you get 2,800 as a reward. This quest that you just finished, for Prisoner 13, you got 1,200 gold. Each of you.
Ah, okay.
Goodbye, wormhole. Yep.
Then yes, I will need to dip into that community gold, I think.
Okay, how much?
I'm so sorry. 1,200 is what we just got
Correct. 1,200
Yeah.
gold per person.
And
per person.
that thing's 1,500, right?
Oh
The
yeah, never
staff?
mind. I actually had like 800 gold on me before.
Cool.
There you go.
So I'll just purchase that.
Okay, so you have bought Leeching Quarterstaff. Let me add that to our magic items in game. Since that's a custom
Yeah,
item.
that'll help me
so I have to manually
Drag
do
it over.
Yeah.
Oh wait, will I be able to drag it over?
No, you won't. You have to manually do that, sadly. That's a custom Joe one. But I will at least make a handout so that way we have the documentation.
It's a pretty good ability too. The healing yourself and dealing some damage over time to somebody.
Yeah, a ranged option plus healing. I think will be a good addition to my kit.
Right, and especially because it procs at the beginning of their turn, so even if they remove it, you still get that turn of the damage. And the on hit.
Yeah, and also refunds on a miss, so it's never a waste. Cool. All right, and just quickly put that in there. Yeah, I've had this art for ages. I'm so happy someone's actually going to use it. All right. So that. Is there anything else? Let me add the Boots of Speed. I might actually. This is. I don't think I even altered this one. So this might just be an easy, quick and drag over. Let's see.
Can
Wonder
or let
Side.
me know when you're ready for.
Oh, this is. Yeah, let me just add this to our items here for Robin. Where are you? This would be under armor and clothing. Cool. All right, that should be an easy one to add. And Wood, what would you like?
I want to sniff at some of the antitoxins available at Northern Goods and Trade.
Okay.
And because this unfortunately isn't things found, Teresa's shop, she's going, or Wood's going to be a little anxious and just try to investigate if I think that these might be useful for the Underdark, or if these seem like only kind of Earthland kind of.
Yeah, these should be fine for pretty much anywhere. Basically, mechanically antitoxin, yeah. So you drink a vial of antitoxin, cure the poison condition, and gain advantage on saving throws to void or end poison condition for an hour. Yeah, so these would be helpful in the Underdark as well.
Okay. Then I will try to get. I'll get 3 vials of antitoxin.
Okay, works for me.
And Wood is also going to be fangirling a bit hard about being able to go to the Underdark, and will want to see if there are any books available at this particular shopkeep about the Underdark.
Roll me a d20.
Rolling a 1d20 for Jar 20.
Ooh. There are books that talk about the Underdark, but nothing that would actually be really beneficial. There seems to be at least one story, though, that has the painted image of a drow. It seems to say something about like a Drist, someone or another.
He's a fairy tale character, right?
Yeah, it seems to be a very specific book that I'm going to quickly Google and see if I could find one. It seems to say Drist, and there's something. It says Homeland in the cover there.
I started reading that book a couple years ago. I borrowed it off of my beautiful banjo friend, and I still haven't returned it.
Gotcha.
Decisions. I'm still reading it, by the way, if you're in the audience.
All right, but so also keep in mind, since your supplies, rations for how this campaign is, we're going to be changing a little bit, because instead of being much more of like a pretty much focused on an entire day, this campaign will take, of course, over many days. So we'll see once we get there, but there is going to be a whole hex crawl element exploring through like a world map kind of deal. And with that, per hex you move will cost you 1 day's worth of rations. You're able to carry your strength score amount of rations per time. So if you have a strength of 10, you can carry 10 rations maximum. So make sure to buy rations. They are pretty cheap. It's a gold for 2 rations. For the Underdark gift shop, exactly. While we're still here, does anyone need anything? Any new armor? Anything of that sort?
I mean, if there was a magical greatsword lying around, I wouldn't say no, but I didn't see one in the shop, so.
No, sadly, I've been trying to have it so the shop rotates more items.
Understandable.
There's a great axe.
There
Nope,
is.
It's not long enough.
Not long enough.
It's great.
It has to be longer than me. It's a requirement.
It
I
can
understand.
It could be this massive fucking axe. Yeah, why not?
It's Dragonbane's great axe.
I know. We'll
plus
have
the-
to ask the maker if how big this axe is. If only they were here to represent maybe how large this axe might be for a common dwarf. Damn. Okay. That was my little nod to Phil.
What was that Phil that made that?
Oh god, sorry, what?
Yeah, because you made Dragon's Bane, so obviously I tweaked it a little bit, but
That's right.
just to push to see if somebody will actually use it. Since it's such a cool axe,
Yeah, so cool.
so cool.
Don't know if we're going to be facing any actual dragon.
Yeah, but it's
Oda
got
holds
other abilities.
ancestry.
Photo. You know what? Technically, yes.
So this has
So be
hurt Voda extra.
real good at killing Voda. We'll see,
We
I guess we'll
probably
have to
won't
see
be
that.
mind controlled again.
Never. No, of course
Eh,
not.
no.
Yeah, what was that dream? What in the tall purple things? Split face, tentacles? Nah, no mind control here. Right.
With that.
I might consider the tentacle rod actually.
Ooh, enticing.
It doesn't
it's +9
say
to
a
hit.
limit on the number of times you can use its attack.
Let me see. So it's rare. The rod is at 3 row tentacles. You can take tentacles 1d10 if you hit something with all 3 tentacles. So it's not limited. So it's basically you can keep using as much as you want. When you hit with all 3 tentacles, that's when you can do its special things. So you can. It's just
Right.
a weapon basically.
And I assume that they're stuck to the person if I hit with all 3.
That's the idea. Is like So it hits. It deals 1d10 psychic. If you hit all 3 on the person, because it's it's +9 to hit, so it's a pretty good chance. DC 15, Sane's restrained, incapacitated. You don't know this bonus action. Yeah, so this is a good way to stop a single target.
Mm-hmm.
I will add a caveat. I think if they are larger than large, then it would be too big for this to work.
That's very
Like,
fair.
it's huge thing. So like an ogre, sure, you could get an ogre, but like a giant, I don't think that would be a little too big.
Yeah, no.
So I'm gonna put a caveat in that. While restrained, let's see. Let's do.
100. Ooh, even after that, I've still got good money.
I will approach the shopkeep of things found and say, "Hey, I know that a lot of things are going crazy in your life right now. Big exciting things. I hope. And you said that at the new beginnings, it tends to have a hard time. You have a hard time, knowing what's the right path, especially with all the confusions of a brand new relationship. And so I was wondering if I could trade you or get a little bit of a discount
Mhm.
on the headband of intellect in exchange for this tome of clear thoughts. It's unused, still in its
Oh,
packaging.
you want to trade that? Oh, okay, sure. Wow. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna trade a tome of clear thoughts. I mean, it would have dissolved. It's either you use it or not. There's no like multiple use. Okay, yeah. If we want to trade, yeah, I'll trade you that, and I'll even give you 1,500 gold back at you in addition to the trade.
Okay. Just for, or all I've got for the notes of the Tome of Clear Thoughts is when read +2 intellect. Is that?
Yeah, permanently, and that will boost your int beyond. You don't have to make this trade. That's why I was like surprised. That is a permanent stat
Okay.
boost.
Okay, I interpreted that as you have to read it once a day in order
No.
to...
So
Get the-
normally how it works, I don't like this rule. You have to read it once a day for like a week or 2 weeks or some crazy amount of time to get that bonus. I just like it because instantaneous. You read it, maybe over a long rest. You gain +2 to your int, and this is a way to go beyond a max of 20. So if you had 20 int and you read the book, you now have 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, or let's just pretend the social interaction just didn't happen. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Let me go talk to
you
my
read it? Rewind. Yeah, okay.
Um,
Load a
But
previous
here
state.
is
Got it.
or I want to approach our team and say, who here would say they use their intelligence a lot? I'm more of a, I may like books, but I'm more wise than intelligent. Does anyone want to use this? Or should I? Does any of us use any or have a lot of intelligence-based skills?
Nope, I'm a dummy.
Yes, I do buy the rod.
You do. Okay. Perfect. So that is 1,100 gold.
Subtracted it already.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
dragged it over from the... I didn't realize that was a default thing.
Yeah, it's actually a really good default thing. Surprise.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, sorcerer is based off of charisma too, right?
Yes, they are pretty.
So none of us really need it.
I mean,
So-
investigation is int based, for example. So like that's a pretty important skill. I like to have you all use.
Fuck
Um,
it.
Far from useless, but
Lore, yeah,
Okay.
we're not specialized.
arcane
for it.
runes. You know,
Wood has an extra attunement slot or
It's not an attunement
Yeah.
slot.
yeah,
oh
4.
no, that isn't. But I will grab the. I'll just approach the. I'll approach the.
Mhm.
The burgeoning romantic relationship that's occurring
Okay.
in front of my eyes, and then hand them or give them 600 gold for the headband of intellect.
Perfect.
And then I am going to consume the tome of clear thoughts.
Fantastic.
So
Beautiful.
Wood is now smart.
Big smart.
That won't. What was your intellect?
And
The tome of or the headband of intellect will override the effect gained. I think from the tome of clear thoughts.
Yeah. So
Okay.
instead of having a base 10, you would have a base 12, but it would still be 19 regardless.
Yeah, because
The
of
tome. Yeah. So it's still up to you if you'd still have 19 anyways if you use the tome or not. But it's just a tome is still a flat boost. Unless you think you're not going to be using this, but I don't know. It's still helpful for anybody, but I understand
Yeah.
nobody is inspect. So
Okay, I guess follow-up question. Who here has the lowest intellect? Because I think in this case, if no one says anything,
I'm
I
pretty good.
will...
12.
I'm a 12.
Robin has 12, but I do have proficiency in investigation. So I'm already
okay.
getting a +7 on my investigation rolls.
I'm gonna just hand it to Robin and say, use this. Investigate further. Who knows what kind of stories you'll find.
be smart.
You were better off with one person who's really good at it than everybody being okay for things like that.
Okay, so I use it and bump my intelligence up by 2.
Correct.
I have a
Good talk, guys.
+8 to investigation.
Nice. Also makes your int saves better. Which I don't know why I bring that up, but yeah.
I mean, where we're going and the fights that we just had with followers of Bane did play pretty heavily into me choosing Mage Slayer as my level 8 feat.
Good thing they have. Very good. All right. So, if there's anything else that you're interested in shopping for, please feel free. Obviously, we could do this over the break too, but buy your rations, get all that set. You know how it is. It's 2 rations per gold. Make sure that you're filled up to as much as you want, but it's incentivized to basically reach to your strength maximum, so that way you are set to trek into the Underdark. Because who knows when and how you might be able to find edible supplies down there. Also, potions and things, please feel free to stock up on those. I will tell you right now, if you wish to buy anything that's like basically, we'll say 300 gold or higher, let me know to check their availability. Anything that is below 300, feel free to buy as many as you want. If you're buying Potion of Resistance, just tell me what type. If it's lightning, acid, necrotic, whatever the fuck, just let me know. If you don't know, Potion of Resistance, it gives you resistance, hence the name. I'm going to say, because I think they're actually useful, instead of just being an hour, I will give you resistance all the way to a long rest. So that's for the whole day
Oh, Joseph.
of that damage type. You know, because I want you all to actually use consumables. It's that ever chasing dragon of getting players to use consumable items.
At under 300,
what if
you
we
can
need
buy
it
as many as
later?
you'd like.
Yes. But what if we need it later? What if these 18,000 cheese wheels as I'm fighting
You just
fighting the
don't
last
know.
dragon? You don't know. They heal 3 a pop, and if I eat 30 of them and wait a half hour in real time, clicking the button, I can last another 10 seconds until the fire gets me again. Yes, so if it's under 300 gold, you could pretty much buy as much as you want. Just let me know, obviously within reason. Don't be like, I bought 50 fucking basic healing potions.
I
I'm
might
gonna
do
buy
4
a true
For
cure
lesser spell
all.
recovery, then they're 250 each.
Sure, that's fine.
About
Type
true-
it out for me too. But yeah, what I was going to say is we could have our short rest right now while we're getting all this stuff and moving on forward. I did every Final Fantasy. Yep. You know, it's definitely happened to me too. Perfect. A true cure all and supreme healing or expel. Okay. All right. Short rest, long rest. Be right back. you are greeted by Baron Axebreaker. He looks you up and down, sees that you have gathered your supplies. Seems that Erky is sort of chatting with both Iker as well as Serana, kind of laughing and chatting amongst themselves, and kind of looks at you all, Baron does, and says, "Hi, well, looks like you're all kitted out. Grabbed your things, food, things of the like." Points over to 13, who's gathered a few things, and now at this point she is wearing sort of not leather armor, but sort of like traveler's heavy sort of clothes. She has these leather gauntlets on her hands. Her hair is still kind of tied back. She looks cleaner. And she has a backpack on, but again, no weapons. And around her tattoos, they almost seem to be wrapped up in these sort of like leather wrappings all the way up her arms. You can almost see energy just gently flow through the wrappings. She looks at you all and she says, "Yeah, well, hope you all got what you needed. I got my pack and some things I'll need. Seems like I'm going to be joining you fine folks on this little shindig." She looks over at Varen, nods reluctantly. "Well, you all can call me 13. I think that's fair enough. No time like the present. Hope you all got your last bits." And she starts walking towards the door. "You know, I spend, 6-10 hours here. And I immediately have to go into fucking hell. Well, we still have company. Deal a lot. Come on. Who's amongst you all in charge? Please don't let me be in charge. I hate being in charge. I just want to sit in the back."
Charge?
Are you
I
sure
was
there's
just like
nothing you need? Like, or you don't have any stabbities?
I'm
We can
sorry,
get you
what?
some- We don't have any. Someone
I
has
think
these.
she may mean weapons.
Weapons.
Oh,
Right here. I don't need anything else.
those. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I guess she pulls out a like a simple like dagger, not even somewhat dulled. I mean, I like to cut cheese off a block with this, but this ain't gonna do too much in a fight.
I had assumed either Oster or Voda was in charge just based on the what we did in the prison.
Hmm.
We don't have
All
a
right.
clear hierarchy as things stand, operating a bit more democratically.
Gotcha. She looks at the rest of you and looks and just kind of gives you like, okay, sure.
Just Voda, Oster, and Robin try to keep Brock and Wood alive.
Hmm. Okay. Well, hopefully
That's pretty much it.
they do their job for me as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could keep myself, but you know. Okay. She claps her hands. So, on to the next. Make our way for the gates. Basically head eastward about a day or two, pretty straightforward by foot. And we find those ruins. Axholm, right? She looks at Brock specifically.
I nod my head.
Perfect. Well, no time like the present. I'd suggest get your belongings, get your things, and fuck it. Let's go. Oh, you, Brock, right?
Yep.
Got a sec. Make sure to stock up on those pastries because, well, they were quite good. This is the first time you actually see her smile. She smiles and looks at you just a little bit when she mentions the pastries.
Don't worry. All of my rations are pastries.
I'm not surprised. She grabs her bag. And again, it's just like this sort of like reinforced, again, not armor, but like traveler's clothes. It's almost like a duster, really. She kind of puts down. Her pants are sort of reinforced with these like kind of metal sort of like loops and like buckles as you kind of heads down. I suggest you all get some good hiking and climbing boots. I've been to the Underdark a few times myself, and it is no cakewalk. She looks at you, Brock. Pun intended. It's going to be a bitch down there. So make sure you got things, rope, mittens, whatever you need, because there's going to be times where you're going to be happy you packed a little heavy, because you could always dump something, but at that time when you need that little extra bit, you know. Perfect. Alrighty. So, again, feel free if there's any last minute purchases. Now's the time, especially in this sort of general Northern Goods and Trade section. Just anything that might be helpful in a random circumstance. And we are going to get this show on the road. So, you begin to head eastwards. No need for an overland map. As you head east, you sort of head towards the Sword Mountain, sort of east-southeast kind of area. As you head further and further eastwards, you actually don't even reach the major mountains. No need to mark rations. It seems that you were able to have enough, or at least just 13 had some for you, so no need to dig into your rations. As finally, let me change the tunes. Notice that the weather starts to get a little rainy. Keep in mind that you've been in the frozen north for quite a while, and now the weather is actually not that bad. It's... Sorry, I'm just stopping the tunes. /stop. /pointer. There we go. It's probably like, compared to the freezing cold, it's now maybe in the 50s or so, give or take. But being in the Underdark, temperatures can fluctuate from boiling hot to freezing cold as well. It's a little bit chaotic down there. But for right now, as you finally arrive towards a section where you were told where these Axholm ruins were, you heard stories that it was, at least the main section of Axholm, was cleared out by some adventurers who, surprisingly enough, worked, at least with or part of the group that Erky Timbers was part of. These adventurers did a good job, but you learned that Axholm actually had a direct connection to the Underdark. Now, there are many sinkholes and hidden alcoves and caves that could lead you to the Underdark. It is a honeycomb of entrances, but the Underdark is strange. You know, as they say, where one door closes, two windows open, and the Underdark is quite like that. Sometimes a cave system can completely collapse, and then a giant sort of underground massive purple worm could create a whole new channel, creating access to somewhere else. But this location is one of the few still left intact, an ancient dwarven elevator from about 1,000 years ago. You arrive midday, give or take. Rain is starting to pelt your backs. A slight fog starts to seep in. As, give me one moment, and I'll bring you all to a map. Come on. You notice that 13 seems to be a little fatigued. She looks at you and says, well, once we're there, I'll be honest, I'm going to still need a bit more. You know, I don't know how you do it, but frankly, it felt like I've been wearing chains for 6+ years. These weighted chains around my neck, both literally and metaphorically, have sapped away my power for some time, and, well, I'll let you all deal with this while I'll sit outside. Make sure none of our stuff gets stolen. So mechanically, basically, for this first map, she will be unable to help you, but she is just outside. Boom. You should now see a new map.
Yep.
Perfect. Outside, you arrive at this section of cliff face, sort of caved in. To the east, large rocks have piled over, probably due to a recent mudslide. Dead trees, a few that are starting to bud, that fresh sort of end of winter, very early spring. Cold rain starts to pelt you. As directly southwards, you see a large gate, about maybe 20 to 30 feet height, that's been actually smashed open. Directly south, you see into the darkness two corridors that splinter off, the wood broken, nails and pieces of old steel scattered along the floor. The stage is yours. I will ask, though, are any of you casting light or using torches or anything of the sort?
Nope.
No
Yeah.
light whatsoever.
If I have dark vision,
Can't light a torch, it's raining
let me
out.
Check.
That's true. You could step inside, light a torch if you need to. Yeah, if anybody is casting light, let me know, or using a light source. But you are right. It's raining. Can't light a torch. Absolutely right.
Can I roll a investigation or perception to see whether this gate was smashed in or out, and possibly what did it?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Mm.
You can roll me. You know, I'll be fine with either investigation or perception because it is a large enough space that either one would be fine.
You have guidance. I pressed the button before.
14. It looks like there are signs. It's somewhat old, but the gates have sort of been blown inwards. You could see light sort of scorch marks all along the frame. The bars of these gates are actually pretty old and somewhat brittle, and so it looks like someone might have used some sort of force, explosive, or maybe magic to break down these gates.
Seems like someone attacked this place a long time ago.
Watch where you step. I don't have enough tetanus shot for everyone.
I look at the ground and I'm like, tetanus? What the fuck are you talking about?
Deal. Oh my goodness.
Do we have any reason to even suspect that the place would be trapped?
I don't know.
It's in such a place of disrepair.
Okay.
Got some dead body rooms here.
All right. You open up the western door. So give me one moment as you open up doors, just because I'm
Yep.
checking stuff.
Yep,
with the
you're right.
maps. Just you can open them up. Just let
Rock,
me know
rock.
beforehand. Perfect. Rock, you open up the western door, and inside you see is a room that's pitch black. It's about 15 feet in height. It's as if any of the accoutrement or decorations or furniture or anything that was in this room has been stripped clean ages ago, maybe several times over. The room is covered in bones, several dozens or so, just piled into pockets all along the corners, especially the corners of the room. But you notice in the corner of your eye to the north that there are at least what looks to be about two bodies somewhat sprawled on top of each other, almost as if like thrown, as there is a bit of dried blood under them. But beyond that, that's all you get.
Can't even see past the door frame.
It's pitch black.
It's intentional? Okay.
Yeah, you only have
Oh, yeah, and he's got
5
dark
feet?
vision. That's right. That's
Yeah.
why.
he's got dark vision. Both
All right.
you and Robin should only have 5 feet because you are
That is
Dragonborn and Halfling, respectively.
I
Can
will
I,
light a torch at that point.
Light a
Can
torch.
I-
Let me do that for you. One moment.
can I look at these bodies?
Yes, you can. Give me 1 second.
See why they're different?
Our bright light. Torches 2020. Sure. How would you like to look at these bodies? What are you looking for?
Why they died? Why they're
Why they
like,
died. Medicine
separate
check.
from everyone else?
15. You notice that the bodies are actually it's a set of two human corpses that are in kind of shoddily made armor. Looks to be something cheap, maybe like simple chain shirts or like a ring mail, something that people who can't afford chainmail would probably buy. These large hoops, and you notice as you kind of move the body slightly aside, two human males, probably in their mid to late 30s or so. The weapons they have, at least you see part of one, is looks to be like a longsword that's been snapped in half, piece of metal kind of thrown about. Again, something that you'd probably find in sort of the rough parts of town. But you notice as you look through the bodies that they do indeed have wound signs, especially in their sort of chest and neck area and around the waist, of a sort of crude sort of like slashing implement, something heavy. 15, you're able to recognize that they were specifically both hacked down by axes. And then their bodies were most likely thrown in here and sort of crumpled over, something with fairly wrong.
You said they're the most recent, right?
Both of them are. So that's the two bodies here. The bones are way older than that, but that's what this like pile that's built into the map is. The two bodies.
And like they're the most recent, but are they like, months or years ago?
Oh, probably a month at the most.
These bodies are fairly fresh. Should definitely be on the lookout.
I tell what kind of bones are littering the rest of the room?
Sure.
What species?
Medicine or history, I'd be fine with either. '21.
21.
They are all of one species, specifically dwarven. All of them are.
Do you mention that?
You notice.
I look quietly and but nervously towards our beloved Brock. But
One last little bit that I failed to mention for Robin here is that almost all of them have the same sort of cracked marking in the back of their skull, as if it's been sort of caved out and broken. The same incisions, probably roughly about like the middle section of my fist, that's been carved right in the back, as if like something like a beak is carved into the back of their brainstem. But all dwarven.
Joey, do I have 60-foot dark vision?
You should. Let me fix that.
It
Yep.
should be 120.
It should be 120. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How come? Unless dwarves are buffed, then I just forgot.
This is my sheet. I don't know.
Okay, then never mind. Yeah, you got it. Then okay. Sorry, I'm still remembering what is
You're
what
fine.
with the 2024. Right, yeah, so you open up the eastern room. It's basically a mirror of the western room, except there are no bones, no bodies. There seems to be several urns throughout the room, two to the north and one to the south. They seem, from where you're standing, Boda, to be filled with gold pieces. Each of them.
Just an urn, huh? Filled with gold, huh?
Robin
Anyone
scans
got
the
made-
ceiling.
Robin scans the ceiling. Alrighty, perception check.
And
10. Not much. There, especially since it's by the entrance, and the entrance has been open for a little bit. It seems that there is a little bit of almost like mildew from probably the rain and moisture that's been built up around here, but that's about it.
Hmm.
No one got mage hand.
I believe I do.
Are there any? Is this like old gold? Are there any like old markings or like recent markings
Investigation
that I would
check.
recognize? 18.
18. That's the funny thing, as you look at it. The urn is definitely filled with gold, but as you get closer, you notice two things. One, the gold, unlike most modern gold or even older pieces of gold, always has some sort of stamp, some coinage, something to really kind of make you know who the maker is or like when it was made. These are some of the most generic gold pieces you have ever seen. There is like no face. There is no like ancient lord that might have issued these. There are no numbers on these. Secondly, as you approach and get closer, you sniff, and it has a very strong scent of sulfur, like rotten eggs, coming from these gold pieces.
why would there be all these gold pieces in like the first room of a place that's been so thoroughly looted?
Yeah, these are trapped as fuck.
Sulfur, I believe, is associated with demons. We should probably consult the cleric.
What say
Well-
you would?
Wood feels the weight of everyone's eyes on them while they look. Yeah, probably better not touch it. I'm a little curious about what happens if we do touch it, but it doesn't seem like we'd have a great time, and I'd rather us. I'm concerned about all these corpses around. Maybe they thought that touching that gold was a good idea, even though they smelled like farts.
If no one stops me, I'm gonna pick up a rock off the ground.
Yep.
I'm like kind of like
That works.
twirling it in my hand for a second, eyeing the vase.
I back up, give you space.
Yeah, we're gonna back out. But do it! Interact with the object! This is a plot line!
I'm gonna fucking yeet this rock at the fucking vase.
Okay, go for it.
Uh,
Make a ranged attack.
I have
As long as it's
ranged
not
attack.
absolutely terrible.
Oh, I do have.
Just
I can just do a short bow.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's what I was checking. You throw a rock, and it slips out of your hand. It's been quite rainy. Roll me a D100. Okay, you know what? That's enough. So this is just so unexpected. You throw the rock into the room, kind of slips and awkwardly hits this weird patch of dirt. It has sort of this yellowish kind of dust to it. But then as the rock hits, it seems to bump something into this like patch of dirt or mold almost. It seems to hit the vase. The vase rolls down on its side, doesn't crack, slowly rolls into room, stops, lands right in front of you. And then cracks open like a rotten egg. Nobody move.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I thought for sure this was far enough away.
Me too. The urn explodes into this cloud of putrid foul smelling mold and gas. You can never escape the mold. As it just kind of plumes over both Brock and Voda and Wood. I need the three of you to please make a con save. Luckily, Oster's just outside of the radius. Fucking got him, exactly.
And Robin went around the corner on purpose.
Is this related to being poisoned?
Yes.
I have advantage then? I didn't need it. Okay.
All right, so Voda fails.
Okay.
Brock, yeah, very strong. Wood
Can
is
I just
okay.
mention
So,
the fact that back-to-back sessions, I have done something and it has directly negatively affected Phil. I'm so sorry.
I'm always so supportive.
So this vase cracks open, and all of the gold pieces fall and kind of crack down and just poof, poof, poof. It's not really loud. It's just kind of like these little puffs, wisps that culminate in this big fucking flowing cloud of nasty, putrid, just the nastiest rotten smelling egg, smelly smell you've ever smelled. Just kind of washes over the three of you. Those that fail, which I think it's just Voda, take 25 points of poison damage, as well are poisoned for the next hour. Unless something like Lesser Restoration might be able to fix that. In addition, I need a second Constitution saving throw from Voda to see if anything worse happens.
13?
That is a success, just barely. You could feel that this nasty fucking growth just lands on you, almost seeps into your lungs, but you manage to not only naturally just cough it out, but get it off your body in one way or another. So the secondary effect doesn't happen, but it is still very gross.
Thanks a lot, Brock. I say as I'm vomiting.
Sorry
Yellow
about that. It was kind of funny though.
So 12 points of poison damage for no. It looks like you already did that. Never mind.
Between projectile vomiting, I'll approach Voda and say, I have 3 vials of antitoxin. Do you want it now, or do you want me to save it for other miscellaneous bullshit?
I'll take it now, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
No.
What if we need it later, though?
What if we
Nope,
did it
just
later?
use them. Does
Okay.
antitoxin get rid of the poison condition? Is that what
Yes, yes, it does.
Okay. Thanks, Wood. You're a lifesaver.
That is my job, yes.
Well, I'm not trying that again.
But what if it works the second time?
What is this on the ground here?
Yes, that
It's like a
is
fork, I mean,
piece of the door.
Door.
So these two sets of doors were also no need to roll. You could see the same markings and scorch marks that were basically blown out the same way that the main entrance was. Stop. Brock, go back one spot. Robin, I saw you moving up a bunch. Go back to about here. Brock, as you step forward, you hear an oh so familiar, and then a crack as the tiles beneath your feet break away, crumbling into dust as you feel your feet slip into, of course, a classic. I need you to please immediately make a dexterity saving throw. 18, which you absolutely succeed, dodging out of the way of a classic spiked trap pit in the floor. Yes, that is, of course, a screenshot from Oblivion. You dodge out of the way. It was just a 5x5 as you just feel this tile just kind of give way. Place it onto the map that you now can see it. Actually, do hit. I think I have artwork for this. I do.
I guess we probably should be checking for traps.
Probably a good idea.
Who's gonna do that? This is not me. I don't really look where I'm going. I just go.
The investigation to check for traps. Or-
Typically perception.
Perception usually. Yes. Investigation to figure out how to disarm a trap usually.
I'm
I only
okay
have a
at
plus
it,
2
but-
to perception.
Lovely.
Just to speed things up, how close would I have to be to like do a
Hmm.
perception check for a trap?
I'm
Like,
not
I don't
going to tell you,
necessarily wanna
but
go,
you
like,
can.
check for a trap. Check for a trap. Check
No, it's usually like a whole hallway, give or take.
Okay.
It's like an obvious sort of section point in a map should be pretty clear. So, for example, where
I
you're
imagine
standing,
it's like a 90-foot hallway, maybe.
yeah, you would be able to see all the way to the edge steps. I would say that's fair. That's straight shot all the way down to check for traps.
Well, if we had light all the way down there.
If you had light,
Robin-
so it would be your light source. So it'd be 60 feet for you.
Robin
Alright.
is going to take the exact path that Brock did up to the edge
Yep.
of the triggered spike pit and peer down in it, see if anyone has been caught in it and if not removed.
Ooh.
Ooh, good check. You look down at the spike pit, and you notice that there are several bones in there, but they seem to just be of small critters. Most likely something a long time ago has fallen in and died, but nothing humanoid shaped.
No insight into who the two bodies might be then in the other room.
All right. Can I check this hallway for traps
Yes,
before we
please,
move
go
down
right
it?
ahead.
Since we seem to all be bunching
Absolutely.
up here. Seems clear, guys.
You do not spot any traps.
W key. W key.
W key. W key. Stop. What? Go. No. One back. Stop.
Oh, here?
Both of you. Yeah.
Yeah, which right next to.
Perfect. All right. Guess what, Voda? I need you to please make me a dexterity saving throw.
You got it. I'm boss these.
Yeah, you absolutely are. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. You immediately see another small trap. You
Ah,
jump
right there. Okay.
over.
Oh, sure.
Change that to the map layer. Boom.
Yeah, I
should
used my
probably-
swift reaction to jump over it instead of behind,
Mhm.
backing up.
I think you should probably get your eyes checked there.
Who said that?
I look
Maybe
around.
Is that
as
you?
well.
I think that was me. I'm a little confused.
All right, someone else check for traps.
Stop.
Clearly not.
Foster, please make me a dexterity
There's
saving
so many
throw.
traps. Oh,
Yes.
shit.
It's really fun. Oh, guess what? It's another one which you easily jump over. Please place yourself.
I'll
Makes
land about
sense.
there.
Okay.
All right, before we
say-
move on,
Let me.
someone use their eyeballs.
Yes, which way are we going? Are we going towards the stairs or checking the other side of Foster points in this direction?
See
To
stairs.
the east.
Yeah, see stairs.
Probably don't want to
Yeah, let's
out
check your
or-
vision.
down yet.
Yeah, you only have 40 feet.
I can.
I
peek to
should
here.
have 60 feet of dark vision?
I'm talking to Voda because
Oh,
that's
okay,
we're at
yeah.
the very edge. Yeah, it seems to be just the very edge of what appears to be a stairs. That you just
Oh,
barely
okay.
make.
He can't see the stairs. I see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
you got to
see
remember only 40 feet for him, and poor Robin. I don't think it's a light source, so it's just borrowing off of Voda.
Oh, yeah. All right. I say, well, to the south of us, there is. Wait, you're the one checking, and you can't even see the stairs from here? Oh, God.
Voda shrugs.
Do we go? There's a hallway to the east, right where we are. Can you tell that?
Yes, I can see that big entrance.
There's another hallway to the east, down a little bit lower to the south. And there's a staircase south. Which way do we wish to check first?
I say east
What's
from
around this
here.
corner?
It does seem the most completionist way if we want to make sure we check everything, which seems likely with the group. Can I
Yeah!
roll perception towards the east hallway?
Yes, you can. Go right ahead. 20 easily spots several traps, including one very large one. Again, these all just seem to be simple, classic sort of pit traps that look like so. Hold on. Yeah, right. And right.
Love their pit traps. Goddamn.
I say, well, there's a bit of a jump if you want to get over one of them. It takes up the whole hallway, it looks like, and a smaller one further along there. And he, I assume with the state of the thing that there's some rubble around.
Yeah.
I kind of like toss like a good chunk of rock onto each of them if I can.
Sure.
Do I need to roll for the toss, or
No.
I try a couple times if I miss?
Yeah, exactly. There's so much rubble. I could actually make some rubble for you here. But yeah, you grab a few rocks, you chuck it into the vats. Rather the pits. Boom. Look at this. I'll get some more rubble. Level design on the go. Yeah, so you just grab some pieces of rocks, you chuck it into the pits, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
I
I was trying to
probably
like.
should have done-
Is there any sort of covering on them beforehand?
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
trying
so
to
what you noticed?
reveal them
Oh,
to us.
yeah.
I was trying
So
to like
that's
break open the.
my
thing and
apologies.
see
That is exactly what happens. Is that like so? I just did this for our sake, just to keep things simple. Because I have I have like a icon for traps, but then I guess if you would have revealed it, it would have been more like that. So what should have looked like was this. You throw the rocks into the pit, the flagstone kind of breaks away, and you can see into this large pit. And then in the back, you can see sort of this lining of where, again, this sort of like off-color tile that looked just like this large one that you broke open.
Okay. And
All right,
I
let me
try-
let me pop over here and see if
do we
there's
wish to
anything
go down
worth-
that way? There's another tile that looks suspicious down
Uh.
a little bit.
There's a
It's a little bit of a jump, but oh.
there's a doorway down there too.
Robin's gonna go ahead and light his hooded lantern.
Oh, okay.
What do I need to do to jump over this? Just to take a peek down this hallway. I'll do my scout
You are
work.
not. So to do a little perception check, that's fine. So I was trying to look up hooded lantern, the light levels here. Give it a moment.
He posted it.
Oh, thank you so much. So it's 30 foot. So okay, bonus action, lower the hood. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just give you 30.
I have 7 flasks of oil currently,
Perfect.
or 7 doses,
Okay,
containers,
works for me.
however much it is.
Yeah, so pretty much what I'll do, just to keep life simple, is that for a torch or for like a use for oil, you're able to ration have it last all the way until like a long rest in an area, because I don't want to be like, oh, here's an hour, use this, because no one likes to do that. Just enough that you would be able to use it during your travels, because you realistically, you'd be able to figure out how to best turn off the lamp and turn it back on and all that fun stuff. Uh, 30, 30. Boom. Should now be able to see pretty damn good. And let's give you the icon, so that way we know. So keep in mind, those that are currently using a light source, torch or hooded lantern, you have to hold it in one of your hands, meaning that if you are dual wielding two-handed weapon, a shield and a weapon, you're going to have to figure out if you're not using the shield anymore or not using that weapon, or you put it down or whatever the fuck. But we could figure that out once it comes to it. Perfect. So as you take a look, Voda, look down the hallway to see if you notice anything else.
Do I need to? I had like a 10 foot
Perception
run up.
check.
Do I need to?
Oh, to just
do
run
anything
over it?
it?
No, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Yeah, we're not in combat. It's
oh.
fine.
Okay. Yeah, it loops around to that other hallway. It looks like, and there's a door here. That is what I can tell you.
Are you gonna check for
As long
traps
as your
again?
strength score is 10 or above, you don't need to roll anything to make this jump. I was just double checking for long jump rules.
I will do a quick perception check. I mean, yeah, it looks clear, guys. If we want to check out this door.
All right, I'm gonna trust you again.
Should you?
Look, I'll show you. It's perfectly safe.
Nothing happens.
Can I roll perception while he's walking down?
Sure, you can. 12. You don't notice anything.
I say, maybe he was right.
The room is so goopy.
Yes, so let me tell you what you see. Same sort of dimensions as these other rooms you have been looking into, but this time the room is slightly different. Again, no signs of really any furniture, weapons, any signs of life, no bones even, except there are these large sort of coagulates is the best way to sort of describe them. They almost seem to be like large greenish piles of like snot. There is a faint odor that comes from the room. It's almost what's the best way to describe it? Like rotten wood is the best way I can kind of think of it. It's not quite a nice smell, very earthy.
Go on, go in. It looks great in there.
I just want to peek and check these corners.
It's so funny the DM vision of you peeking because you're not even moving the token. You're just like, and I just see it slowly cheesing into the room. Just.
Seems to be a corpse in this corner.
Just move dedicate that you move to one square and the next.
Coward.
So you can't see
Straddling
like, the
two
micro-
squares.
Can't see
I
like, the
do.
micro
I
movement?
do. The
You do.
tiniest bit. I'm just like, just move on a square.
All right. All right, fine.
Thank you. You enter into the room. Okay. And nothing else happens. Yes. So you notice that there is indeed a corpse. Similar age, probably the ones you saw before, but this time the body is. There are no metal fragments. It's as if it's been stripped bare. You can roll a check to see if you notice anything else. But as you were doing that, you do notice two things. One, it has a sort of broken, rusted, damaged weapon in its hand. Again, it seems to be almost like stuck into the bones of the hand of this skeleton. But in the corner of the room, sort of just nonchalantly in the middle of the floor, is a beautiful gold ring that looks to be almost dwarven in make. It actually looks like this.
It's a nice ring.
What do you see in there, Voda?
Well, there's a corpse, and I do see a shiny gold ring
Okay.
that I'm sure pick up off the ground, no problem whatsoever.
Phil, I love you so much.
Yes, sirree, no enemies here. I go to pick up the ring.
Okay, fantastic. And stop, nobody else move. You pick up the ring. As you do, you feel this sort of tingling sensation. You touch the ring, and you see, as soon as you do, there seems to be a slight glow in the middle, or I guess in the inside of the ring. These dwarven runes seem to glow out. Do you understand dwarven? No, you're muted. No? Yes, maybe so.
No.
No. Okay. I mean, Brock, you're right there. I guess it's up to Voda. Voda, it's not like it's projecting out, but it's glowing. Do you show it? Are you trying to hide the ring? Are you kind of showing it to Brock? How are you holding on to
How
this?
about you like picked it up and that's all good?
Yeah. It's like this is all happening at the same time, so we'll just do this part of the scene first.
Yeah, so I'd probably like at least like hold it out towards Brock. Say like, look.
Do I notice it's
Point to
dwarven?
Brock. Oh yes, the ring is dwarven. It's honestly, it's beautiful. It's a very old, sort of styled make, and in the band, it says the words. Give me one moment. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Doomathoin.
Do I know what that means?
Yes, you do. That is one of the major gods of dwarves. Doomathoin is, give me one moment, I actually just had a whole big thing about it. Very famous god. The dwarven deity, who is sort of the patron of gold dwarves, especially. Gold dwarves are sort of like like hill dwarves, air quotes. Doomathoin is known as the keeper of secrets under the mountain. There are 3 major dwarven gods. Initially, there was 2. There's a few others that sort of lost favor. There is a newer god. So there is probably the one all-father god, Moradin, which is a very famous one. Moradin, that's the dwarf father who sort of inspires invention, improvement, good nature, intelligent. Classic sort of, hammer striking down on anvil. Very classic kind of style. Doomathoin's the counter to that. They are the protector of the dwarven dead, keeper of secrets. Their symbol is a cut, faded gem inside the mountain. And you actually notice, as you look at this, Brock, you notice in the back wall there's a carving that looks like this. Obviously, now you know that is the symbol of Doomathoin, tied to this ring. Finally, there is a newer god, air quotes, who's been worshipped, almost seems to come from nowhere in the past few hundred years or so, which is, again, very new for a god. And that one goes by the name of Karl. Karl is a representation of a god that is more of a newer god. It is a view of sort of following towards new, not just inventions, but new peoples, new cultures. It's the god of forward movement. And this god's always shrouded in mystery, their face swirling around. And there's a sort of a symbol that's almost ambiguity. Doesn't matter. It seems to change all the time. But you just notice they always seem to say the same thing. Something about for Karl. But we'll get to that later. But yes, so this is Doomathoin. Classic, the king under the mountain.
Can I move?
No, because at the exact same moment, another thing happens outside of the room. As you notice and think about Doomathoin, 2 things happen. One, Oster, and I guess Brock, just outside of your earshot. Oster, you hear the sounds of rocks tumbling over towards the north. You hear this slopping, this glooping sound, splatting on the ground, splashing around. Corner of your eye, Oster, you see something seem to splort its way out of the hallway. It seems to be a mass of foul, orangish liquid with a face that almost seems to stretch out like taffy. It turns and reaches towards the corner of the wall, towards you, Oster. And then I need immediately Robin to make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay.
As seeping through the walls and rocks of the eastern collapse section, this nasty, foul sort of mass of almost like it's like snotty, yellowy, orangish mucus sloshes over you. That is a fail. Luckily, Robin, so you're going to get thrown out. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I need you to immediately make me a dexterity saving throw, as you are going to take from this
one also
creature
have
throwing you.
disadvantage?
No, because you see this one coming. Luckily, that it was already discovered. So just a flat dex save. But you are going to take first from the smack, 22 points of acid damage as this sort of pseudopod arm slaps you across the face. You're thrown into the air.
I believe that will be
And-
11 because evasion.
Evasion. Okay. This isn't like a. This is sort of a. Not an attack, but okay. I'll allow it. This is like
Yeah,
a world
evasion
event.
just
kind of
cares
thing.
about an effect that would make you do a dex save.
Oh, really? Then never mind.
Yeah, I have it
But
too.
then go for it, please. By all means, take the 11 instead. I
there you
prefer.
go.
You know. Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm all for. No problem. Yeah, then excuse me. Yeah, so you take 11 instead. My apologies. The thing flings you across the room, so luckily you pull your body in such a way that you don't take nearly the brunt of the damage. But of course, classically so, it flings this small halfling right into the pit of spikes. Dexterity saving throw.
I got an 8 for that one.
Oh no, you're thrown into the pit of spikes as you are going to take a total of 20 points of piercing damage as you are now in the pit. I need you to please make a Constitution saving throw. And Robin, the pit is 10 feet deep.
And a Constitution.
So you're prone in the pit.
Nine.
Oh no. Robin, you are now suffering not only from the poison condition, but you are also suffering what's something I loved so lovingly call from years ago, super tetanus.
Super tetanus.
Yes, it is super tetanus. Oh boy, I have to look it up. D&D 5e super tetanus. Yes. So there's a old fucking thing we did called White Plume Mountain, and there's a disease in it called super tetanus, and it's just been a gag forever. What does it do? All right. Well, I'll look for that in just a moment. It's not going to be fun. Okay, Brock, you hear all this commotion. What were you going to do?
I was gonna go to Buddha and tear the ring out of his hands. And then immediately put it on.
I mean, I'll save you the
Okay.
trouble. I'll just toss it to you.
Okay, that works too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that it would be like a "what do you make of this" kind of motion.
I make
Oh,
it's
yes.
dwarven. I put it on. That's all I
Okay.
need.
Whoa, is
Fantastic.
that cursed? You don't know.
What?
Dwarven.
All right. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. This isn't going to be a long fight. So I would like everybody, please roll me initiative. I'm going to give my creatures advantage on this. Oh my god! First combat of the campaign. Oh my goodness!
Roll a
And
5.
it's an ambush.
27. That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Good God.
10. Good God.
Took alert.
Oops. 4,
rolling big today.
10.
Too bad it's not tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Robin is in the pit. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, Brock, you're up. Let me change the tunes. Let's get some combat music on.
Does putting the ring on feel like it does anything?
Surprisingly enough, no.
Can I make
Tingles slightly.
I guess Arcana check? to see if there
Yes, you
are
can.
any like relevant magical situations.
Yes, you can. 15. This ring probably is worth at least decent amount of gold. There is magic within the ring, but as you think about it, it seems more of like a tool or key than something that would actually affect the wearer, if that makes sense. So there is magic. It just doesn't seem like it would sort of correlate or interact with anything living.
You guys, I think you guys can figure it out. I'm gonna go over here and feel up this wall and try to unlock whatever it is. Maybe stop these monsters, maybe? Because this was the wall with the thing, right?
Yeah, it was the eastern wall. Touch it. Okay. And yeah, as you do, you touch the symbol of Dumathoin, and there's a sort of like slight hum. Seems to almost resonate with the ring. As you see in Dwarven script kind of glow underneath this symbol of Dumathoin, it says, "Reach the chamber of the four. Bring us 3 more."
Okay. That's nothing like
ring,
opens.
Nothing opens. No.
Right. Go back here. Did that cost me an action or bonus action?
I'm not gonna stress out about it. It's fine. You just touched a wall. So
I will. I'm gonna second
Those are
win.
vital seconds. Touching that wall,
Mm.
though.
that's true. All right, you want
Yeah,
me to
but it
roll?
was-
I'll see if it.
It was dwarven.
I'll do it.
So I had
I'll
to.
do it. All right. See how mean I am. 13. I'm gonna be on your side.
To nothing.
So nothing else.
Yeah. I'm going to bonus action to tactical shift and second wind.
Okay.
So I get up to half your speed. Attack of opportunity. I'm gonna go. That was 5 feet. Gambling. Let's go gambling. I go here.
Gambling.
Do I fall
Okay.
into a trap?
No.
I said it was clear, dude. Where's the trust?
Let me roll some.
Oh, let me share a
Second
picture of the
wind.
first enemy of the game here.
And then for my action, I will ready an action to attack this thing when it comes into range.
Beautiful. Voda,
Next.
you're just Voda so much. In the pit, dying and spike through your stomach. I trust
Are
you.
we looking at? Oh boy, there's a lot of stuff. Let's split the difference maybe. I want to stay right here for now, and I'm going to use my brand spanking leech attack.
Ooh. All right, let's
okay,
see
so I
it.
just
Brand new
made the
attack.
with the quarter staff. And
Yeah,
on
let me
a
double
hit, it'll-
check.
It'll do some stuff.
Yeah, plus 2 is a bonus action. PB times for long rest. You fire a leech at an enemy within 30 feet. You basically make an attack with a quarterstaff.
Okay.
It hits.
So I will attack the one. Oh,
Another
Jesus.
one. Oh my goodness.
all right. So that's refunded.
Yeah.
Is that
It's not wasted.
a magic action or is that an attack action?
I believe it counts as a bonus action to do that. Can use a bonus action PB times for long rest.
Oh, so that was just my bonus. Okay.
That was just your bonus action.
Well, I'm still getting the hang of this, guys. It's brand new.
brand new weapon. That's true.
I can't actually get up here. And hit
Give me one moment.
Did I
You're right
say
here, and you
my
went like that. I
Yup,
need you to immediately make me a dexterity saving throw.
you got it.
Guess what?
12.
You're right. There was a trap, and guess what? You fall into the pit. Oh no. Oh boy. What a day. Alright, you fall into the pit.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I gotta double check what I.
Rock sees me
Yep.
going like, all right, I'm here to help. Ah!
You take 22 points of piercing damage. You fall prone, and I need you to please make a Constitution saving throw.
I will take 11. I also.
Yeah.
To
Double evasion, gang.
Constitution saving throw. 21.
But you're
No
okay.
super
You're
need.
no super tennis for you.
Wait, evasion also works on the pit trap.
But I think it only can trigger once per as a reaction, right? Isn't it? It's not everything because you had 2 saves back to back in one thing. Well, you're subject. Let's take a look. I could be wrong too. While you're subject to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw. Okay. Yeah, this would affect you too, Robin. So you take half damage from the pit trap. So refund some health back to you.
Well,
My bad.
that was a turn of all time.
Yeah.
Go next.
Hot damn. Yeah. So Robin. So
Super
you did.
tetanus.
You took 20. You still have super tetanus, but yeah, you should have only taken 10 instead of 20.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Fantastic. Hey, Robin, guess what? Super tetanus. I need you to immediately roll me 2d10 of unmitigatable pure force damage. Guess what? Because it's the super tetanus. You take 14 points of damage as you feel the super tetanus course through your body.
This
Oh,
seems
God.
bad.
This does.
This has not
So-
been the greatest set of turns.
No. I will say this super tetanus can possibly be fixed with even just an antivenom. I'll allow that because I'm feeling generous. Just a heads up. But yes, Brock, Robin, so you are prone in the spike pits, 10 feet below.
And I am poisoned, so... Where's that
Yes,
cheat
you are
sheet?
poisoned. And you are suffering from super tetanus. Which I guess we could just do this sick face.
There was a conditions cheat sheet somewhere, right?
Yep, still there.
Yes, let me post it for you. I made sure to made it at the top of Hand of God, like in the sub things, but you should see that. It's poison, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
If you go to the journal tab on the right at the top, it's the book with a couple stars on it.
Okay, well,
There's a bunch of the stuff he's shown us in there.
I think I'm going to start by drinking that potion of supreme healing.
Okay.
That I got it from.
All right. So potion of supreme healing is
D4 plus 20.
yes.
39, so that'll get me back up to full health at least.
Okay.
Okay, then can I use half my movement to be not prone anymore, or
Yes.
am I just
Correct. You could stand up. There's
Okay,
enough
so-
space in between spikes. Yeah.
Yes, I'll use the 15 feet to get rid of the prone condition. And then Does it look like I can climb out of this spike pit? What do the walls look
Uh,
like?
There is some footholds. It's not perfectly smooth. These traps were definitely made in haste and are old. Either an athletics check. I'll even allow acrobatics, but of course with disadvantage because you're poisoned.
Poison. Hmm. Looking at what I have in my inventory. And I assume there's nothing up there that I could toss a rope to other than my companions.
No, not in the immediate spot, sadly.
I do have a grappling hook.
Okay, that could work.
As a utilize action, you can throw the grappling hook at a railing, ledge, or another catch within 50 feet of yourself, and the hook catches on if you succeed on a DC 13 Dexterity Acrobatics check. If you tied a rope to the hook, you can then climb it. So, I think I'm gonna
Okay.
try to grappling hook my way out of this.
Sure.
So
It's still done with
Dexterity.
disadvantage. Yes, I believe. So let me double check. So that is an ability. Sorry, taking a little long here. Yep, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. This is an ability. 8, you hear a
That's-
clang.
It does
You
not
still can
catch.
use inspiration, though.
Okay, yeah, let's use the inspiration then.
Okay. Looking for a 13. That's enough. Yeah. Clangs right and thunks into the corner of the wall. You feel it snug tight. Doesn't budge.
Now it says you can then climb it. That's part of the action.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, so I will climb out of the pit then, and
Alrighty.
I guess I use my bonus action for the potion, so that's all I can really do for this turn. I will pant heavily.
You might have been
Okay.
safer in the pit.
Maybe. Robin, please make me a Constitution saving throw to see if you get rid of your super tetanus condition.
And also with disadvantage.
Yes. Nope, still got it. All right. It's jelly time. Let's go to the north first. Well. Sloshing about. It splashes around. Oh, you just see this mucus kind of coagulate and splort its way through. They're not the smartest things in existence, so luckily, Brock's right there. Even though Voda would have been more of a juicier target, Brock being standing right in front of its face, it swings twice. 2 pseudopods. 1 almost gets you, but luckily that reinforced armor just pushes it off and little thing. Missing. South. Ochre Jelly. Oster, right in its face,
I deal
swings
18
twice with the
slashing.
pseudopods. You deal 18 slashing. Oh yeah, because you held an action. My apologies. I missed the 2 of those. You slash at it, and as you slash at it, oh, I love that. You damage it first.
Yeah, I know.
Takes the 18
It's fine.
points.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Oh, just shut up. Shut up. Cut that out.
They have to die at some point.
Guess what? More friends. Oh, not 3 friends, just 2. And let me fix their health. That way, 6.
It's like I'm still playing Slay the Spire.
Yeah. Yeah, splitting, making some jellies. It all comes back to the same thing at the end of the day. Alrighty, Oster, you're up.
The one down here, I hate to be the teacher. You forgot to collect the
I swung
homework.
at you twice. I swung at you twice. I missed.
Oh, that
14
that
to
one did
13.
swing at me, okay.
That one's at you. Yep.
I missed it. That was at me.
No problem. I was
Alright.
going super speed.
All right, I'm going to use my free cast of Misty Step
Yeah.
to get a little ways back without taking any swings of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to cast at the one right there.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't know, but Oster might know because ochres or jellies are a moderately common enemy, right?
Yeah, they're pretty common at least in the jelly
Does
fields.
he have an idea how much of a threat these are?
History or nature check. I'll give you +5.
All right. I am not great at either of those, but I'll swing it. Hey!
Okay. Oh, actually, and I forgot to do something. So actually, Brock, you did no damage. Now that I'm checking something, it just split it in half. So, my apologies. So let me fix that. Yes. So with a 20, they can be pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. One of the most dangerous things that you can do is actually to hit them with a bladed weapon. It seems to just split them, but they don't lose their power. Sometimes it can be almost overwhelmingly so as they keep splitting and splitting, but the sort of power of their attacks stays the same. You do note with a 20 that they are immune to lightning and slashing. They're resistant to acid, but they do have a known weakness. Sorry, you can tell it's starting to get near the end of the session. They are very flammable.
Very flammable. Okay,
Very
I was going
flammable
to use lightning
and
before
very
you said
dumb.
that, so thank you.
Yes,
I
very
am going
flammable
to
and very
cast-
dumb.
A chromatic orb of fire at it.
Ooh. Yeah, they're slow, they're dumb, and flammable, but they can mess you up if you don't know what you're doing. There's a hit. 21. The orb strikes true. Magic connects. A 19. So that's actually what? 38 points of fire, immediately wounding this massive ochre jelly. It's wreathed in flames. Ugh. Too many words.
And in combat, would it take much to jump this thing again?
Oh, that's when it becomes to be an issue. I need you to please make an athletics or acrobatics check as you are, in stress mode.
Okay.
Shouldn't be too difficult, but still stressful. 10 is, guess what, just barely enough.
Okay. I'm
Absolute
gonna
minimum.
get to the other side to abandon my friends. I'm not actually abandoning them.
Perfect.
I'm gonna stay where I can see it, but on the other
Mhm.
side of a
Sure.
thing that might stop it from moving too easily.
Mm-hmm. I get you. Wood, you're up.
I am going to pinch Robin Sneakfoot to try and get him to gasp, and then administer the antitoxin and say, "What did I say about being careful about tetanus?"
Yes. You did mention it.
I did mention tetanus. And then, as a bonus action, I am going to call forth a swarm of rats.
Oh, rats. Speaking of rats. Oh, thought you were a rat.
She's not a rat, but a cat.
No.
She's pissed.
Caught in blinds or
I think she's upset that I put hot sauce in my mac and cheese, so she doesn't want to eat the mac and cheese anymore.
No. No. No grumpy gills. AC 10. Let's fix this.
Be free.
Okay. Alright, you should have control over the swarm of rats. And Oster, you are no longer poisoned or suffering from super tetanus. Robin, my apologies. Yep, it
And-
is definitely that time.
It is that time. And does it get an opportunity attack if I scooch back a little, or is it trained?
Let me check. No, doesn't. It's pseudopods don't go that far up.
I shall slink! And that'll be my turn.
Okay, slinking on away. All right, and I think that leaves us in a good spot because my voice is getting a little hoarse at the moment. Fantastic adventurers. First session, Hand of God. Oh, I can't wait for all of the things that we're gonna find in the Underdark. We're not even in the Underdark right now.
No,
We're on
not
the
even in the
ground
Underdark
floor. We're at the front door.
Blowing supreme healing potions on the doorstep already.
On the ochre jellies and the pit traps. Oh boy, this will be fun.
I was
Seasoned
very low
Adventurers.
on health.
That's what we are.
Seasoned
I
adventurers.
was very low on health and alone at the bottom of a spike pit trap. I felt like I needed.
Oh, it was a good, no shade.
Hey,
no,
do
you're
your thing.
You gotta use.
Yeah, you're
your
gonna take.
stuff.
You're gonna take 2d10 of unmitigated, like no way to stop damage. That would keep happening until you're healed. So, totally understand. All right. While I got you for a few moments, schedule time, the best time of the session. Just kidding. 31st of March. That's next week. How are we doing? Any issues?
If I'm-
Works for me.
Should be fine.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, chat, if you're still here, please join us next week as there are plenty of fun and exciting things in this little custom campaign that we're going to delve into in the Underdark.